Roll Tide Draft Blog on a little bit of a spring break edition as Herbie May joins us from sunny Destin, Florida. And Herbie, you're actually the one who broke this news to me, so I'll let you take the lead on some news surrounding Oregon quarterback Marcus Mariota in this offseason.
Yeah, so this morning I woke up and with a push notification from John Clayton saying that Washington will take Marcus Mariota if he's there. I guess at this point he could be, and I think he actually might. There's a pretty. I'd put it over 90% chance that he will be, unless Tennessee pulls something that we don't see. I think this move says a lot. I mean, you've got Kirk Cousins, you've got RG3 already on that team, and then if you bring in Marcus Mariota, does that make one of those other quarterbacks a trade token? Does Gruden want them all in a three-way QB battle? It says a lot about what this Washington Redskins team is trying to pull off. And if they are sitting there at that pick and they do need to trade up, is RG3 enough? And do any of those teams want to? Do the Tennessee Titans want RG3? At number 2, and what else would they have to give up to get there? So I think it all depends on how bad they really want Mariota. I think there could also potentially be 3 guys right in that 3-pick area where they could move up and back if Mariota's gone. But I think this trade, this pick would be big because I think there would be a lot more moves to come with it before it actually happens.
Yes. As we talked about, the Redskins are picking with the number 5 overall selection. And we've talked a lot about Chip Kelly trying to move up to make the selection of Marcus Mariota. He only coached him for a year at Oregon, but that freshman year was enough. And the evolution that Chip Kelly's seen in Marcus Mariota is enough to make him really covet him for that fast-paced offense he runs in Philadelphia. I am wondering if this is not just a genius PR move, probably the best PR move that the Washington Redskins have made in a couple decades. And I think that this makes that's they're thinking once again, hey, remember that time we got burned on the RG3 trade and we ruined our draft for the next 3 years by getting one guy who broke it or ripped up his knee and then broke his ankle, and he hasn't been everything we dreamed of him being after he won Rookie of the Year. Let's do that to Chip Kelly, a division rival. Let's make him think that we want Mariota, so that he calls us with Sam Bradford, maybe a DeMarco Murray if he signs. Redskins wouldn't necessarily want DeMarco Murray, but a first-round draft pick this year, a first-round draft pick next year, one the year after maybe, or a second-rounder somewhere in there as well. I think this could just be bait. This could be a great bait move because we know how much Chip Kelly does want Marcus Mariota. He's come out and said it. He's openly admitted it. And I think that 5. I think that the move he wants to make is to try and trade with the Jets at 6. But if someone before him already comes out and says, yeah, we want Mariota, that forces Philadelphia's hand to make a move and try and trade up even higher for a higher price to get the golden duck, if you will, Marcus Mariota.
Pretty wild to think about which way it's going to go. I think it brings just a completely different element to that 5th pick and what those teams are going to do there. I love that idea. I love the fact that this could just be a big old stunt. I mean, Washington could just be like, all right, you know what, we got screwed, and we're going to come back at you with it and throw it right back in your face with just one little quote to John Clayton. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes. The Sam Bradford trade, could we see him be a Redskin before he's even an Eagle? I mean, this whole thing is wild. I don't know if these quarterbacks are worth this much, but at this point, when you've got quality talent and you just need that one more guy, which Washington could use Williams at that 5th-round pick. At that 5th pick. They could use to bulk up that defense. But when it comes down to it, I think Washington needs a guy who's going to throw the ball for them for more than one season.
Absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of moves that Washington needs to make because they starved themselves of those draft picks for Robert Griffin III. And I think that they're potentially willing to do the same thing to a division rival because you've seen what it's done to the Redskins division title hopes. But, Herbie, just one last thing here. Aren't you glad that we waited to do our next mock drafts here on the Roll Tide Draft Blog until after free agency? I think that was the right choice, don't you?
That was definitely the right move because I've got some different things in mind, and right now I probably would be disregarded by Daniel Jeremiah because my draft would look ridiculous.
I believe mine would have to be thrown in the garbage as well. So keep checking out the Roll Tide Draft Blog this entire offseason. Once free agency calms down just a little bit, we'll have some more mock drafts and some updated big boards heading your guys' way. Thanks for checking in once again here on the Roll Tide Draft Blog.